A woman found out that her husband got a secret paternity test due to pressure from his family because of their daughter's darker skin color and curly hair. She posted to the relationship advice subreddit where she revealed that she's Brazilian American, but her husband is Serbian and very fair. When their daughter started developing her darker skin, his entire family made jokes about him not being the father.
Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel at Face Makeover. Today I'm going to be checking out Modern Women Are Doomed. New anti-parental fraud law gets passed. Okay, I'm just seeing this, so without further ado, let's get started.
Women are furious because of this new law that requires mandatory paternity tests.
But so many women's groups say this wouldn't be fair, you're acting like you don't trust the mother.
They say there's no problem with you taking care of another man's kid.
I don't think there's any issue with a man taking care of another man's child.
But the real reason they don't see a problem with tricking you into raising another man's child is because they benefit from it. They could care less how it affects anyone else.
A woman found out that her husband got a secret paternity test due to pressure from his family because of their daughter's darker skin color and curly hair. She posted to the relationship advice subreddit where she revealed that she's Brazilian American, but her husband is Serbian and very fair. When their daughter started developing her darker skin, his entire family made jokes about him not being the father. This mom found paternity test results in his phone and questioned him about it. And the dad revealed that his family was accusing her of cheating and pushed for the paternity test. On a daily basis, they were in this man's ear. He claims he got the paternity test to shut his family up. But he did it behind her back, and now she's hurt and angry about it. She feels betrayed by his family, who she thought truly loved and cherished her and her daughter. She's also convinced that her husband doesn't trust her and can't decide whether or not she should let it go. But the fact of the matter is, if you don't trust your spouse, the first person you should be talking to is your spouse. There is an expectation that your spouse will have your back, which includes stopping baseless attacks from extended family members. If this dad truly had concerns about his daughter's paternity, he should have discussed it with his wife. Getting a secret paternity test, that might cause some problems when it comes to light. What would you do in this situation?
Considering how big of a problem paternity fraud is, getting a DNA test under any circumstance is reasonable. If he asked his wife if the kid was his, she would automatically say yes regardless if it was his or not, which is why he decided to get a DNA test instead.
30%.
That's 30%.
Let me speak about that. Definitely, asking your wife, is the child mine? She's going to say yes, regardless of whether the child is yours or not. But when you doubt your partner, you see, relationship is built on trust. And the reason why people feel like, if cheating is not about sex, then why do you break up with me because I have sex with someone? But it's about the fact that you did something that hurts my feeling and you broke the trust I have for you. So even if I'm to take you back, I'm going to spend every day thinking, is he out with this person? Is he doing that with that person? Because I no longer have trust in you. So it's the same as this paternity test stuff. I'm not supporting the lady or anything. I'm just saying that if it was something you discussed with your partner, whether she agrees or not, that's not the point. It's the fact that you are being plain. You are not going behind her back. That is just it. Sometimes when you lie or when you do things in a shady way, it comes back to bite you. So in as much as maybe the DNA may be his or not, just doing it behind her wasn't right. And telling her she may lie. So for you to, I don't know why my face is itching me. For you to have gone and done the DNA, which means you already feel like she's lying, which means that trust have already been broken in your relationship to begin with. So let's continue.
Of all men who go to actually get paternity tested, turn out to not be the father. So out of every 100, 30 of those will not be the dad. So it does leave me to wonder why, when a baby is born, why don't they just DNA test at that time? Understanding the fact that sometimes the dad's not involved, but that seems like it would clear up a whole bunch of issues. What's your thought? Should they require DNA testing at birth?
Yes, They should, but they should also make DNA testing a requirement for child support, which would also help prevent paternity fraud.
Don't swipe now. Come back here. Hey, ladies, did you know that paternity fraud is now a crime? Yeah, let's talk about House Bill 2689, because they locking y'all up.
I'm going to make my money one way or another. Even if that means locking you up, I'll make my money off of you being locked up. Please peep the game.
Oh, yeah. And this hookup culture? Oh, yeah, that's a wrap, because they're making it so you can no longer get child support off of one-night stands. If that man wasn't in your life, let me tell you.
Not only are they making it mandatory for the man to get a DNA test before he signs a birth certificate, but now they're like, look, you're not going to be able to get any money off of this man if he was not actively, long-term, a part of your everyday life.
Oh, yeah, it's true, too. And if I could add on to this bill, you know what? If all these fathers are paying these high amounts in child support, why not give the child to the father? Yeah, that's coming, too. I mean, what you think?
I'm going to be honest enough to admit that a man would probably be more capable of raising a child on his own than a woman.
Oh my goodness gracious, it drives me crazy. So with the whole argument that men prefer younger women, okay, if a man is dating purely out of something that is superficial, then I suppose you could make the argument that men prefer younger women. I would say that men who are superficial and insecure and would not do
I love dating old men.
What?
I love dating old men.
The other day, I had a couple of women who commented on my post when I said that one of the key criteria for women, if not the criteria for women, is how much a man makes. They said that's completely untrue. No woman actually cares how much he makes. Well, I give you...
See, I make a six-figure income already.
Oh, you make six figures. That's awesome. Well, I guess how much money he makes really doesn't matter, because you could live quite comfortably on six figures.
So I can choose to say, I won't date men that make under $150,000 because that's what I make.
Well, there goes that whole argument that women don't care how much money a man makes.
Why should I entertain a man who makes less than me?
Why? Because this isn't the 1950s anymore. It's the 2020s. And expecting a man to be a provider, I thought that went the way of the dodo bird, much like expecting women to be barefoot and pregnant in the kitchen went out the window 50 years ago also. Or did it?
So see, it works exactly as you think.
Well, thank you for acknowledging that. It's good to know that I was correct when I said that women's primary thing for a man is how much money he makes and how much they can get out of him. I appreciate you verifying that and showing those other ladies who claimed that wasn't the case that maybe they need to rethink their position.
Except for men are not the ones with the upper hand anymore.
You know, they keep falling back to that tired old patriarchy argument to justify their shallowness. But it's funny how their mindset is still stuck in the 1950s, isn't it?
Tell me I'm wrong.
Well, okay. You're wrong. And why are you wrong? Because you see men have only one value in life, to provide you with money. That's the only criteria you have. You even stated so. And I ask you, as someone who meets your criteria, why would I want to be involved with you? If the only value you see in me is how much money I make, why would I or anyone want to be involved with someone who thinks that way? What are you bringing to the table? Another 150,000? I don't need it. I can make that on my own. So you're entitled to have whatever criteria you have. The reality is the men that you're seeking aren't going to be seeking you. And I'm not trying to be mean saying that, but we would see right through that shallowness. And if I may use an analogy to give you a little bit more honest truth, why would I drive a tired old worn out Subaru hatchback when I have enough money to go buy a brand new Ferrari? It's about the value that both parties bring to each other. And your value is money. And that's fine. There's actually nothing wrong with that. But I hate to break it to you, that's not what most people value. And most especially, it's not what men value. Because we don't care how much money you make. It is completely irrelevant to us. Because the honest truth is, I'd rather have a 40-year-old beat-up Chevy Chevette that runs reliably and will be there for me than a newer Subaru hatchback that constantly whines when it tries to start and is always reaching into my wallet for more money. Again, I'm not trying to be mean, but that's the reality, and you did ask.
This is just further proof that when a woman is in trouble, when she's in danger, she will look for help. And I dare say that she is hoping that there is a man there to help her instead of a woman. And let's acknowledge how this man in particular, he was happy to help. But then he got out of there quickly. Super respectful. Because ladies, not every man working out in the gym wants you.
If you enjoyed this video, I promise you'll enjoy this.
Most times we forget that in as much as we are attractive, like I'll say this with my full chest, I think that way too. In as much as we're attractive, we're fine, we're whatever we are, not every guy you see is interested in you. And maybe 1 or 2 times we tend to act rudely to people because we feel like they want to act us out. And sometimes you won't blame the ladies because, like, the more you stay on life, you see how annoying a lot of men can be. So you tend to just keep up that attitude, so a lot of them won't bother you, but you can give that attitude to innocent people 1 or 2 times, and that's bad. So I just feel, I don't know, I feel we should stop being men haters, because at the end of the day, as long as you're a straight woman, you're going to end up with one. So we should stop hating on men, stop saying pick the bear over the man. I understand why they said that. It's because of the raping, the killing and stuff, so I could understand why they said that. But if you push out this propaganda of women not needing men, women hating on men, what are the younger generations going to think? They're going to end up growing into the world and hating men. Because I saw some videos online where a guy was respectfully holding the door open for a lady that is coming in, and she was like, I can get my own door. I'm like, someone is being nice to you, accept it. You don't have to be rude when people are showing genuine kindness to you. And I don't know, that's just me though. So do let me know what you think about my reaction. Do make sure to like, subscribe and share my videos. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.